Scout is back. Well, almost. Today we get our first look at the future of the Scout Motors brand, and boy is there a lot to potentially get excited about. If you're a fan of tough and capable machines and would also like those machines to be fully or nearly fully electric, then Scout might be cooking up exactly what you're after. The initial numbers sound promising, so let's dive in and see what the Scout brand says we have to look forward to down the road. Scout is returning to some SUV and pickup truck basics. Well, in terms of robust build quality and names, the rest is part of our electric future. Scout plans to offer two models to start, the Traveler SUV and the Terra truck. If you know the history of the International Harvester brand, then those two are very familiar names. The styling is sort of familiar as well. There are definitely styling cues that link back to the original Terra and Traveler models. But at the same time, I see a quasi-Rivian-like styling to the new rigs, albeit with the cuteness of it all toned down. And though I do like how the Rivian truck and SUV look, I also think Scout did a good job of mixing modern, EV-centric styling with updated homage-like lines. It's not over the top, it's recognizable, especially on the Traveler SUV. That one really says Scout to me. And then the bold front and rear lighting element literally says Scout to me. The interior looks equally wonderful. Again, it has a Rivian-like quality to it, but at least in these photos and videos, it feels a bit more premium, which is something I didn't expect. Perhaps it's just for show on these concept models and the regular version will be more toned down, but I do like what I'm seeing here to start. Also familiar? The use of a body-on-frame design, a solid rear axle, and usable towing and payload figures. That's right, Scout is going body-on-frame for its rigs. Both will deliver nearly 2,000 pounds of payload capacity. The Traveler will have a tow rating greater than 7,000 pounds, while the Terra can handle over 10,000 pounds. Scout says this vehicle platform is also ready to handle tires as large as 35s, deliver over a foot of ground clearance, and ford nearly 3 feet of water. This is already very exciting to my off-road adventure-loving ears, but there's more. There's talk of a disconnecting front sway bar, front and rear mechanical lockers, and real switches and dials inside, instead of an abysmal nightmare of haptic buttons. These are electric vehicles though too, which honestly also makes me excited because an electric off-roader with good range can make for quite a capable rig. Having all your torque available from a stop is great, but even better is when you have your electric drive units on the axles to move that torque around as needed. Scout says the quickest model will run from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds thanks to its near 1,000 pound-feet of torque power output. These Scouts will charge using the North American charging standard, and they run on an 800-volt architecture, which means you can charge basically anywhere, and you can handle speeds up to 350 kilowatts. The expected driving range is estimated to be a very strong 350 miles. That's a great number, but those that tow would of course see that number fall quite a bit. There's good news, however. If you truly want to maximize your range, as Scout plans to offer a version with a gas-fueled range extender. Essentially, you'll have a small internal combustion engine that can send power to the battery. It will push your driving range to more than 500 miles. And now you really can fill up your Scout anywhere. But my favorite bit about the range extender is that the system is called the Harvester. It seems like the team behind this brand is both having fun with it, but also paying attention to what its potential customers really want from an electric or range extended electric truck. As for the price, Scout says both the Terra and Traveler will start under $60,000. In fact, you can get those numbers down to just over $50,000 with incentives. After all, these should qualify for the highest level of incentives since they're built in South Carolina. The only bit of bad news I see from all of this info is that production isn't slated to start until 2027. You can make a reservation starting at 3:30 Pacific time today, though, if you want to be first in line for when they do start rolling off the factory floor. It's $100 and it's fully refundable. I have to say, as a fan of older off-road rigs and modern electric vehicles, this really ticks a lot of personal boxes for me. I can already picture a green Terra with a go-fast camper set up, get my mountain bike mounted to a hitch rack. I think I need to start saving up. Thankfully, I have quite a bit of time to do so.